Okay, welcome back to Love Us Anyway. And I'm Fontasia, your host, and I have the dynamic Donna Ray with me. Hey, Donna.
Good morning, good
Good.
afternoon, good evening.
Yeah, wherever you are, wherever you are. Um, I feel like I should have put chapstick on before we started, but it's all right. I'm gonna lick my lips every now and again. And yeah, so we were talking about what the topic would be about before we got on, and I was like, communal care. Communal care. And what did I say? What did you say? I said we need people. We need people and the right people, good people, the people that are for us, right? And when I think about wellness, so much of the conversation these days centers around self-care. And we've even navigated that from time to time, what that looks like, which is beautiful and very much necessary and important. Taking time for ourselves, resting, setting boundaries, nourishing our bodies and minds, all of that matters. But I've also been reflecting recently on communal care, the way we show up for one another, hold each other accountable, and create spaces where care is shared and multiplied. And communal care says you don't have to hold space alone. It's not just me pouring into me, but us pouring into each other. And that can look like friends checking in, maybe on Marco, Donna and I's fit one of the favorite ways, or an audio message, or neighbors sharing meals, or even communities organizing healing spaces, similar to the Wellness and Hair event that we hosted some weeks back. It's deeply supportive, but it can also get messy with folks. So, because anytime people are involved, there are different needs, expectations, and sometimes unspoken assumptions. So, I think the beauty of communal care is in its reciprocity. It asks us to be both vulnerable enough to receive and generous enough to give. It stretches us to lean into empathy and patience, even when it's uncomfortable. But when it works, it really, really works. It feels like family, even when it's not my blood for me. And so, Donna, just diving into that, I'd like to hear your take on, how do you see communal care fitting into wellness, or what do you think about the balance between self-care and communal care?
It is part of the healing process. Self-care, I think we talk about that. And I'm just saying we, the industry, people who do this kind of work talk about it all the time. But that's say one hand, the other hand of it is the communal care or communal support, really tapping into the people, the services, the providers. So if that's yoga teachers, if that is therapists, if that is a home girl,
Right.
right? To That's all part of the communal care. And I can imagine that it's really tough for people to say, I need help. Just to
Mm,
say those three words, I need
yeah.
help. And how quickly the call is answered when you say, I need help. And then it, you may not even know what type of help you need, but you know that you're not able to continue
Mm,
and something is slipping in your life.
hmm.
And so you got to tap into a resource greater than yourself. And like you were saying too, depending on what the issue is, you want to
Hmm.
be kind of tread that water lightly. You
Yeah.
don't want you want the type of support that's going to be able to listen
Hmm.
and to comfort you. So if that's somebody that just, comes over, has a meal with you, or you have coffee with someone, or if you go for a walk, or right, tapping into um, a support that's really going to maybe help you um, just be with you. I guess is the first part of it, to be with you. And I know I've had to do that specifically in the past couple of weeks. And and then somebody texting or somebody calling or having a little bit longer conversation, I'm just surprised at how much that really is soothing. Because I
Mm,
don't feel alone. I guess that's really, really what it comes down to. I don't feel alone.
yeah.
Because once I start slipping into that, then it can it takes longer to get
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah. And what I also heard you say was, you said, yeah, what I heard was receiving it, being open to receiving whatever that looks like. Because oftentimes we could block our blessings based on the people that are offering care for us and or whatever that, like however that shows up or whatever it looks like. And I even notice myself from time to time when somebody wants to bless me with something or even their presence or monetary or whatever, I'm like, no, no, it's okay. And I'm always reminded, no, receive whatever support or care that looks like and just accept it and, keep pushing with that. So what I heard you say was, yeah, it's super sweet, but then also accepting the receiving end of that.
That is essential. I mean, because how else are we going to continue to manifest?
Hmm.
We're right. If I don't receive from you, my friend, how am I going to receive from someone else? Right. And so to
Right.
me, these are all stepping stones to keeping the world going
Hmm.
and receive, receive, receive. Like you say, I mean, we have to practice that. Like it could start with somebody holding the door open or receiving a compliment.
Yeah.
Oh, I like your hair. Thank you. Right? Just receiving, just keep opening up to receiving because and then I think that makes it easier
Hmm.
to accept the help or support or the love or the care.
Yeah. Yeah. And not feeling like you have to well, we have to discern who our people are
Oh yeah.
too. Like we have to really be able to connect to others' purposes and making sure that we're not being used or manipulated or taken advantage of in the sense of community too, because some people have their own agendas. And so being able to process that too. Um, that's
Well,
definitely.
like you said, that's a big part of it. And I think the more work you do on yourself, the discerning part is just
Hmm.
naturally gonna grow, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then because your awareness just starts to get more keen the more you ask for help, the more you receive, and then the discerning, like to me that's just kind of a revolving, it just kind of keeps growing and expanding.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. And I think the balance comes
Yes.
down to the rhythm of things, like that self-care, communal care. Self-care, it fills my cup, so I have something to give. But communal care is what keeps the cup circulating, keeps it moving. And too much self-care without communal care may feel isolating a bit. And too much communal care without self-care can feel draining too. But when the two are in harmony together, it creates this like beautiful cycle of giving and receiving where everyone is nourished. It's not a either or, it's both and. And I believe that that's important. It's really important because sometimes people take people for granted. So even though we began with saying we need people, we need good people, good vibes with good intentions and open to receiving and giving and like it being a balance for each other, you know?
So it's a couple of people I have been talking about recently, and I'm going to say our elders, and
Hmm.
I've just watched them in action, and they just do that very well. It's like they're present, they come in, and then they move on.
Hmm.
And personally, I guess it caught my attention because I think sometimes I linger. And like when you're saying this discerning part of it, sometimes I hesitate to say that, but I let my guard down.
Hmm.
But when I see these other people in action, they're present with them their full selves, and then
Hmm.
I'm saying they discerning is on point, and then they're out of that communal experience, right? So they come in and then can fully participate. And if things start shifting, or if, their time is up, then they go do the next thing. And that's what I want to be able to really tap into more. I think I linger too much. I let my defenses down. And then that's when somebody say I'd like the just the wrong thing, or
Mm-hmm.
um, I really start to lose contact with myself. And
Mm-hmm.
then that's when I need more self care, or I need more alone time. And so being just finding that, like you said, that balance.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, can I come? Can I support? Can I lead? Can I yes, I can do all those things. But
Mm-hmm.
then I have boundaries. I think that's really what I'm saying. I'm noticing other people that like their boundaries are very strong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And just that takeaway, that being present is important, being grounded to the moment.
Yes.
And somebody recently asked me, grounded, what do you mean by that? Can you elaborate? And like grounded to the space that you're in, your body, the chair that you're sitting in, your feet planted to the floor, just being your present moment awareness of what's happening in your body and with around you. And that's mindfulness, right? And I see communal care as an extension of our wellness. It's like the glue that kind of holds it all together. And I feel like the self-care keeps me grounded. But the communal care reminds me that I'm not on this journey alone. This journey is for us to share, this space is for us to share, and wellness is about wholeness. And none of us are whole by ourselves. We thrive in community. And for me, communal care is wellness in action. It's rest, it's joy, it's holding one another accountable, and healing in different experiences as a collective. And I just said a lot of different words and spaces that I'm in, mindfully collective, which is something that STEM started last year. Um, our mindfulness of people of color, this space that we hold for everyone and all people. Like I think that there are various communal spaces that we hold with each other, with other folks, and just like full circle, just bringing it all together and bringing on an awareness to even those things too.
And I think it's important that you name them, because not everyone may think of that, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, if it's Love Us Anyway, if
Mm-hmm.
it's Daughter Liberated, if it is Yoga with Donna Ray, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
naming these spaces that people come to, and to have that communal support, right? Like
Right.
connecting it to something that people can be like, oh, okay. So I'm going to go to the community mindfulness practice on the
Mm-hmm.
third Monday, right? Like tie it to something, because not, I don't think everyone is in that
Yeah.
space to
Yeah.
name it, to say, oh, I do participate.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. Or I would love to participate and I just have to make the space to do it,
Absolutely,
you know.
absolutely. So
And
to say it like you, like we both did, then people are like, oh, okay.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I don't, like you said, somebody asked you what is grounded. Like you and I know what that is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do you mean when you say grounded?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So then I think naming it specifically helps people to see
Yeah.
how they already relate to that.
Right. That's absolutely right. And I'm glad that we're naming the various spaces too. I would like to run that back and give some points on the spaces that we do hold. And another reason for that is because you mentioned the community mindfulness practice that Facts Wellness and Retreat Center holds. It As of today, I'm actually changing it to Wellness Wednesdays, and it'll be on Wednesdays starting in
Okay.
October.
Okay.
So I'm glad you brought that up because I need to send out another email because I see that the scheduled email already went out saying it was tonight. Which tonight for whoever, whenever you're listening to this, which would be today, because today, September 15th. We are now doing our all people invitation, community care, community mindfulness practice That will be switching to Wednesdays, Wellness Wednesdays, and it will not be held this month, but we will take a little break in October, resume, and it will resume as Wellness Wednesdays, the third Wednesday of each month at 9 p.m. Eastern. And that way we're keeping it kind of consistent with first Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern for our BIPOC community calls for Black, Indigenous, and people of color. And so it'll either be the first Tuesday or the third Monday, depending on which one you attend. And they'll both be held at 9 p.m. Eastern time moving forward. So the time is consistent. So thank you, Donna, for bringing that up. Um, and you mentioned some spaces in that you hold as well.
The and so before the pandemic, when we were more face to face, I
Mhm.
could really, I really felt it, like just walking through the door.
Mhm.
And now that the pandemic has kind of made the world a little bit more connected via Zoom,
Mhm.
um, it's a different way to be together. I think
Yeah.
it gives us more opportunities, um, but then to kind of still cherish it as if you had to drive across town.
Yeah.
And so saying the first Tuesday of the month, the third Wednesday of the month, or if it's something scheduled, or if it's you have to wait for the dates and times to cherish it the same way.
Yeah.
That you take your time to get there. And then when you get there, just rest in the experience.
Yeah.
And I say that because being at home, there might be other distractions.
Mhm.
Um, you might have to put your phone down or put up a do not disturb on your door, or right, to so that you can create that sacred 1 hour
Yeah. Yeah.
for yourself.
Yeah.
And so for me, daughter liberated, I'll be starting that in October.
Okay.
Then yoga with Donna Ray
Okay.
for movement and mindfulness, and that'll be starting in October.
I
And
love bringing these things back, girl. I love it.
yeah, and just really wanting to have a community space for people to be together, to have the conversations, to have the practices, to have the fellowship. Because, like you said, we need people.
Yeah.
And getting busy with life, with family, with work, right? Sometimes we just going.
Yeah.
We have to make time for that also.
We definitely do. And do you have times or dates set just yet or
No, I don't.
not yet? Okay, so we need to look forward to that then.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
information coming out soon because I want to be a participant as well. And so hopefully it's, the opposite of or something like that. So we can both navigate and hold space with.
Oh yeah, and I'm thank you for saying that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I love being able to connect with you. I love being able to connect to our folks in the way that we do, just having this conversation, this podcast, YouTube, whether people are watching or listening, it's definitely a communal space. And just even, you know what? The last thing I do want to mention, just a special shout out. I have to pause for a second. So much love and appreciation to everyone who came out to our recent Wellness in Hair event.
And then see if she makes it back in. So, okay, it looks like she's coming back. Okay. All right, because I didn't move. So go ahead.
I'm glad you didn't, because girl, I was like, the Zoom just, what's happening? I hope that it picks up where it left off when we get back to it and it Girl, if we just sat here and recorded 20 minutes and this Zoom did what it did, talk about,
Right,
oh,
because I saw you froze on mine. So now I'm looking at my screen. I'm like, I'm still moving. And so I was waiting and then you just went away. So I said, let me just
well, what was the last thing you heard?
I wanna say a special thank you to the folks that came out to the wellness.
That was it.
Yeah.
Zoom, you better have recorded the rest of the stuff and piece this all together now. Like, I don't
Okay.
know.
Because I looked and I said, well, it says it's still recording, and it
Oh,
does
really?
now. So even when you were gone,
It
it
was
said
still
it was
recording.
recording. So
All right. All right. Lord have mercy. What? This is okay. All right. Well, we're just gonna go ahead and flow with it and just see
yeah.
what happens when, when the recording is stopped.
Well, when the host gets kicked out, right? So
Yeah. When the
yeah.
host gets kicked the hell out. Okay. So I was just sharing some love and some like some appreciation around the wellness and hair event, thanking all of the vendors that came through. Yeah, it was super sweet. We took care of one another in the space. The vendors showed up, shared their gifts. The people who came ready to connect, dance, play games, listen to the entertainment, enjoy the spa services, and overall just really be together. It was a beautiful example of what we've been talking about as far as the communal care
Yeah.
and being aligned with one another. And so the event was bigger than just hair and wellness. It was really about creating space for and with one another. So to every single vendor, every person who walked through the doors, every person who was going to the store, seen something happening, heard the DJ playing, stopped and came by. Thank you. Thank you so
Mhm.
much. You are a part of this vision and you're a part of what makes communal care real. And I'm just super, super grateful for being in position and for shifting. And maybe that's what we need to talk about next time because I feel like between last year and this year, what I know is not what I feel like, what I know is there's been a lot of shifts. And those shifts have allowed me to really be grounded in what my purpose is. And so I'm super grateful. I'm thankful. This is super sweet. Donna, I'd like you to close us out because at this point, I'm still stuck in the fact that I don't know if this whole 20 minutes has been a waste of time or.
Oh no, it what got recorded is just perfect. So thank you for this topic of being in community and caring for one another and speaking up and saying I need help or opening yourself to what's possible when you tap into the community. So with that, thank you for this episode. Any questions or comments, please leave them in the notes, and we'll see you in the next one, the next episode.
And the next one, sending y'all love, loving you, loving us anyway. Until next time, lady y'all.